Hi YouTubers, it's Smoking SE77 again for the first video today. I'll do today like usual. This is part 4 in my series of aging cigars. Okay, part 4. This part will cover 7 to 15 years. So, aging a cigar at home and aging a cigar in the factory, 7 to 15 years. Now, first off, this is where we get into what we call, or what's referred to as vintage cigars, or vintage. I'm bad at spelling, but vintage cigars. So these cigars are cigars that are aged for quite a while, and usually the timeline to be considered a vintage cigar is usually between 7 years and 10 years. So after that, it's considered a vintage cigar. Now at home aging, to age a cigar, well, not to age a cigar, but the point is, after 7 to 15 years, what changes will you notice? Well, obviously, because you're at to store the cigar very properly, because 7 to 15 years is a long time. So, assuming you're storing it properly, assuming you have the right humidifying device, all that kind of stuff, it's stored fresh, it doesn't go stale, I'm not really sure. I don't have a lot of experience with that far aging. Some other people might have more familiarity with that extreme aging. I know the basics of aging. What I'm trying to say is, I know a lot about aging cigars, but I'm not sure exactly what happens. All I know, and this is all I know, and I could be wrong, all I know is when you age a cigar that long is you get a very, very smooth taste of the cigar. The cigar mellows out and you get a very smooth taste. Also, I know when you age a cigar past, 5 or 6 years, to the 7-15 point, in terms of years, some of the cigars flavors start to lose flavors. So that's what I know of. I apologize, but I'm not that super familiar with aging cigars that long. If you want to know more about that, I would recommend, if you really want to know more about that, I would recommend contacting cigarobsession.com, Brian Glenn, sending him a personal message, because he would be more familiar with that. I think he did a review of he did a video of him smoking a cigar that's aged at like 16 years or so at home. So I'm not really super familiar with that, but it is kind of like a very specialty thing. So at a factory, that's a little ramble there. At a factory, aging a cigar like 7 to 15 years. Cigars that are aged 7 to 15 years at a factory are very, very high quality cigars. Very high quality. So, and they will tend to be a lot of money. So, when you buy a cigar that's been aged 7, 10, 12, 15 years, it will tend to be very, very expensive. I know that off the top of my head. So, yeah, cigars that are aged that long will have hardly any harsh nicotine, virtually no ammonia, and they will be very, very, very smooth. Very, almost like a people describe it as like a very musty, very, very smooth taste, not harsh at all. And that's the taste you get out of these very wickedly aged cigars. So, I apologize for my little ramble there. I don't know a whole lot about aging cigars that far down the line, because there's a big difference between aging cigars like, aging a cigar, a year or two versus, 10 to 15 years. So, again, I'm not that familiar with it. If you want to know more about that, I would recommend talking to somebody who's more experienced with this kind of stuff, like Brian Glenn from Cigarobsession.com. But anyway, give me your thoughts. Comment, subscribe, personally, all that kind of stuff, do your response if you want to. And next video will be actually the last part of the series. Peace, bye, later, bye.